Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. This is my lovely wife Jen. Today we're continuing our journey through the live-action Netflix show, Avatar: The Last Airbender. We're doing episode 2 today, brief recap of the first one. We really enjoyed it. We liked a lot of the visual effects. I thought that some looked better than others, but generally it was pretty great. I thought the action sequences were fantastic. My only real issue was some of the child acting. I thought was a little unnatural and kind of takes you out of the moment, but not enough to derail my enjoyment of the show as a whole. How are you feeling going into episode 2?
I'm really excited for the visual effects. Looked much better than I thought it was going to. And with the acting, really just Aang for me. So many scenes that I was just like, ooh, that sounds kind of unnatural. As far as the rest, I think that it was pretty good, but it's not enough for me to be like, oh, you know, I don't know if I liked this first episode. I thought it was great. I loved seeing the live action version and some of our beloved characters like Appa. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm really digging Zuko. No surprise. I guess I am loving the Fire Nation coming to life.
Yeah. I'm also really enjoying seeing their brutality in live action.
I don't condone that, but the Fire Nation visually is just amazing.
I was being serious. We were joking last time because it's like, man, these guys are so awesome while they're killing everyone. I know what you mean, but it is cool seeing them be brutal, you know. All right, I am ready to go ahead and get into episode 2, so let's go ahead and get started with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm sure it'll turn out. And keep in mind,
this is like me with Fox.
Didn't find the Avatar. You did. Your notebook may have been useful in collecting your thoughts,
Trying to find his
but
little
your
gem,
unceasing
diamond.
effort is what led you to the.
I'm sure it'll turn up.
He ran! The ultimate warrior! He's a coward!
I don't know about that.
I'm still the heir to the throne. That's gotta mean something. Even in this dustbin corner of the world.
It does.
I mean, see,
And in this case,
acting's
it
pretty
is
good.
precisely
I think we just
because
might
we
be
are in a
kind
more
of
quiet part of the
sensitive
world.
because generally the stuff that we watch
How many
with children
places can there be
actors, the
for
bar is
Avatar?
pretty high.
Yeah, it's like when you've seen Haley Joel Osment just kill it and stuff, you know.
Kyoshi Island is only a few hours from here. According to this, Avatar Kyoshi was the fiercest of warriors and a master of what they call the Avatar state. Maybe something in her shrine will help me control my power before...
You kill someone? It's time to go home.
What?
We did our part. We saved him from the firebenders. Our duty is to protect the village like Dad told us to.
What good is saving Wolf Cove if we don't save the world?
Katara, do you hear what you're saying? Save the world. Us.
Why not? If the world is gonna have any chance, it's gonna need Aang. And you're right. We do have a duty, and it's to protect the Avatar.
Protect him?
Ever since he came into our lives, things have changed for me. Before I met him, I couldn't bend enough water to fill a thimble. Look around. Look where we are now. I don't know about you, but I can't go back.
Oh, there's gonna be Momo.
Katara, something's wrong with your bag.
Oh my word.
Hey, what is that?
A winged lemur.
Check the ears.
What's this?
My dear Katara, this scroll has been passed down among the waterbenders of our tribe for generations.
Gran.
Looks pretty new.
Hunting for benders.
She must have just written it down.
Too dangerous for you to have. But now that you've gone out into the world, you should take what belongs to you. You are a waterbender.
This never would have happened if we hadn't left home.
Fine, we'll go to Kyoshi Island and see how it goes.
Aang, you ready to leave?
There's something I have to do first. My whole life, you were there for me, and I wasn't there for you. Goodbye, Gyatso. I'm sorry.
Check the gate. Moving on.
Look at him. I love the detail of all the hair.
Yeah, very fluffy looking.
Oh.
You want to join us, Momo?
Momo?
He looks like a Momo, doesn't he?
Bet you taste like chicken.
This port is a hub. Local information. Anything unusual to happen in the vicinity, it will be reported here. What you must learn is how to get what you want without divulging your true intentions. But you need to have sticky rice.
Uncle, there's no time for this.
Sokka, should you just go in there?
Oh boy.
Hey! He's the Avatar!
There would have been signs if he was the Avatar.
I think that might be a sign.
We're not here to cause any trouble. All I want is to learn more about Avatar Kyoshi. Isn't that what this place is about? Keeping our memory alive?
We're not a threat.
But the next visitors might be.
We're not just any visitors. He's the Avatar.
According to you.
I know you're scared. I don't know what life has been like here. I don't know what life has been like anywhere. But where I'm from, people help each other. If I can learn to be the Avatar, maybe I could bring a place I knew. A world where people were happier back.
But if he is the Avatar, how can we turn our back on him?
Such a fierce warrior, and yet such a kind heart.
Mother,
Suki,
Mom.
you're too young.
I'm not too young. I just haven't seen the world.
So we will open our village to our guests for 48 hours.
I know why you wanted us off your island. I'd have done the same thing. It's a big responsibility, all these people's lives in your hands.
So, how are you protecting your people if you're here?
I may not physically be there, but still. That is, I have to save the world first. Sorry, how does it go again? I'm protecting Aang, so I'm protecting... We have a lot in common.
I'm not just a warrior. I'm a Kyoshi warrior.
I need recent surveillance reports
Excuse me?
and maps, the more detailed.
Oh, he's great. He was in Saw.
And you are?
Detectives.
Prince Zuko? What an honor. We don't get many VIP visitors around here, much less the famed Dragon of the West.
We are in search of maps and surveillance reports. We're hoping to track schools of jumping shark squid.
I'm sure we can track down what you need.
Go! Someone needs to put a bell on you.
See, I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. And they have reference to the actual running water, too.
You're a real waterbender, Katara.
You know, you should be practicing too.
Gyatso used to be the one who trained me. Never really trained with anyone else.
We'll do this together.
Are you really an airbender?
Yes, you can have my autograph.
He knows how to connect. That's how he's gonna be the Avatar.
There goes the savior of the world.
There's a reason we've avoided that all these years.
We've avoided a lot of things by living the way we do.
I'm sorry.
Be that as it may, he may be entertaining, but that doesn't mean he's not dangerous. And the sooner he and his friends are off our island, the better.
The Avatar.
Yes, sir.
He thinks he's found the Avatar.
According to his crew.
If Zuko's looking to us for information, it means he thinks he's still in the area.
Seriously? Belle, think about it. Made it myself. I could run you through the basics, if you want. That was pretty good. Us southern water travelers are no more for our hand-to-hand.
In this, it seems like they're making her kind of pursue him more than the other way around.
Back home, the other kids used to say I was lucky because I never really had to train. Not to develop my powers, but to keep them under control. They were scared of me. What if I never learn how to control my power? How many people will I hurt?
The other avatars are inside you. You want someone to teach you, you just need to figure out how to connect to them. The answers aren't inside here. They're inside you.
Chow's boat, it's gone.
He heard something about a flying cow near Kyoshi Island, so he set sail at dawn.
He knows. About the Avatar, somehow he found out. We have to get there before him.
Stop! 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 Oh! Bow! Dismissed.
You want to feel my boomerang? Oh, sorry.
Holden, Thomas,
What?
Hardman.
He has a weapon. That's what I'm talking about. She never got to use it. Oh.
Oh boy.
Put me in that headlock again. That was actually doing something to me. Oh,
She felt it.
Oh, Jennifer Hardman.
Avatar Kyoshi.
Aang has some great skin.
Well, he's like 5, so. Whoa.
I'm sorry. I didn't know how to reach you. I didn't know I could.
There's a lot you don't know.
Can't we go any faster?
We're at top speed. You can wait a little longer.
3 years. I thought I'd never find the Avatar, but it's almost worse now that I know he's close.
think you're getting the hang of this. Thanks, you're a great teacher. To be honest, where I'm from, there's not much call for a real warrior.
I think you're a real warrior.
Not like you. You're not even a bender, and you're the fiercest fighter I've ever met.
We have to be even better than benders. What matters is not the power inside. It's the will and desire. The heart.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Mom's is gonna be mad.
Truth is, I've always wondered what the world outside was like, but I never had the courage to leave. Now I know.
They have some good chemistry.
Yeah.
The bell.
That was actually just my suit.
Someone's coming.
Aang?
Oh, wish they would have had like an earlier warning system.
Already like docked and everything.
The Avatar state is a combination of all your past lives focusing their energy through you, and it can save your life.
There's no way around Zhao's men. He'll have made it to the village by now.
Knowing where he might go is more important than speed. But where there is one Avatar, there may be another.
Such a lovely island.
And we welcome you to it, Commander. We are quite unprepared for guests.
Funny. I understand you had an unexpected visitor just the other day.
You must be mistaken. We like keeping to ourselves.
I've heard. I'd hate to see all that change because of an outsider.
Commander, the way I see it, you and your men are the only outsiders here.
An unfortunate perspective. You won't mind if we take a look ourselves.
I expected as much.
Don't worry, we've hidden them away.
Oh!
Or we're just gonna fight them.
Take him! But what if I hurt someone along the way?
And how many have already been hurt because you haven't been here? Being the Avatar means putting your duties above all else, even your life. And I will show you what will happen if you fail. Another race of benders will be wiped out just as the air nomads were. A mighty, merciless warrior.
Where's your friend? You said he could help us. Where is the Avatar?
What if I do what you say and it all just becomes worse?
It will. Both sides will fight harder because the Avatar has returned.
You. I'm getting through one way or another. What happens to you is your choice.
Avoid your duties any longer, and not only will you fail to save the world, you won't even be able to save this island.
Oh boy.
You wanted to know about the power of the Avatar.
Oh, we're still in here. Oh.
I will show you.
Oh.
This doesn't confuse them though?
What do you mean? How so?
Like seeing her?
I mean, I'm sure it probably does. Like, wait, what?
Back to the ship! Well, that's lucky for them.
Why don't they just keep possessing Aang until I, get this whole thing resolved?
There's nothing here that we've lost that can't be replaced.
Yeah. Can we get Grandma a brush, guys?
More value, a reason to believe again.
Guitar over here was attacked too. She's fine.
In ourselves and in the Avatar.
It did her dirty.
Nice job, Avatar.
Oh,
Listen,
Suki now.
Wow.
I wish.
Thank you, Sokka,
For what?
for bringing the world to me.
So this means you don't want to go home anymore?
Nifty trick you pulled back there, channeling Scary Lady.
I can only call upon one of the past avatars when I'm in their shrines.
What else did she tell you?
We need to get to the Northern Water Tribe. Something
That you can only,
I can stop.
I guess, do that possession thing or contact the other avatars when he's in the shrine.
I was simply responding to reports of a disturbance on Kyoshi. If your highness had been more forthcoming earlier, we might have avoided this misunderstanding.
Of course, Commander.
Don't tell anyone about the Avatar. No one else can know.
I fully understand the sensitive nature of this information. Working together, we'd be able to devote twice as many resources.
We would be honored to have your partnership and your loyalty.
There's nothing more important than knowing where to place my loyalties. To your supreme eminence, the great flame of the world.
Yeah, the Avatar's back.
One that could change the future of the Fire Nation.
The Avatar has returned.
All right, that was episode 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I really like this one a lot. I'm really just enjoying the ride. This is kind of how I was during the animated show as well. There's some differences I think I noticed in this one. Particularly the relationship between Sokka and Suki seemed to be a little bit sped along, I guess just for the sake of the series. Not necessarily in a bad way, but they definitely it made it seem as though Suki was pursuing Sokka maybe a little bit more than the other way around. There were some talks early on that they were going to take some of Sokka's sexism away, and a lot of people had an issue with that because that's part of his growth, of him thinking that he's better than the Kyoshi warriors and all these girls to end up, you know, viewing them as equal down the line. And so they've kind of done away with that and just had him kind of just joining her along in the training too. I think that it was fine in the way that it was presented. It didn't seem like, you know, this obvious thing was taken out. And I enjoyed seeing their little mini romance for the time being. I don't remember in the animated show Aang turning into Kyoshi, so it might have been a creative liberty here. And of course, my initial thought is, why don't the past Avatar just possess them to take on the Fire Lord? But then I think he made some comment of like, they can only possess me when I'm in a shrine. So that might be a change from the original show. I don't remember that happening. Still kind of cool seeing Kyoshi show up and display some full-on Avatar powers. Anyway, so I really enjoyed it. What did you think?
I really enjoyed this episode. There was so much action going on, a lot of development in this episode. I loved the Kyoshi warriors and Kyoshi herself. I thought that she did a fantastic job, and I think that was one of the highlights. And I'm really glad that they included that. Sokka and Suki have great chemistry. I think that they both fit their parts very well. Love that. Love seeing Katara advance with her water bending. I also think that Aang was somewhat better with the acting on this episode. There were still some moments, but it wasn't as distracting. I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was great all around.
Yeah, I don't want to get too stuck into, was that in the show? Was that it? And just kind of enjoy the story that they're presenting to us just kind of as it is. And I say that right as I'm about to compare it. I don't remember Kyoshi being as like hard on Aang. I remember her being a lot more kind of encouraging, gentle in a way, understanding that he's like a kid. She almost seemed kind of scary.
To me, I actually prefer that because she was very much like, look, you need to get your stuff together because if you don't, this is what's going to happen.
I agree. I like the brass tacks. It's game time, man. Everyone's dead.
I appreciated that.
But I remember in the show, it was more like, hey, I know all your friends are dead. We really need you to learn how to waterbend, you know? So I kind of prefer the brass tacks too. But anyway, so I thought it was a great episode. I can't wait for more. These are just some of our thoughts. So let us know, a comment down below what you thought of this episode. And don't forget to subscribe so you'll be notified when we post the next episode. I'm enjoying it. Jen's enjoying it. So enjoy it with us as we continue on. For now, that is it. Jen and I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.